Welcome to another episode of last week's Comics Today. I have a pretty significant stack of comics here. I do have paint on my hands once again, so please ignore that. But let's get straight into this. I am super happy Farmhand is back. This is issue 16. It has been on hiatus for about the last 2 years. It wasn't supposed to last that long. He does talk about that at the back of the book here. I became a fan of Rob Guillory's back on Chew. He came over to Farmhand. I followed him, and he is writing and drawing this himself. This is a planned 26 issue series. I think that's down from 30 that he reported previously, but here 26. So you have time if you're curious. This should have a couple of trades that are out if you want to catch up, but in essence, there is a guy who creates a seed from which you can grow human part replacements. So we have a thumb for a leaf there, or a leaf for a thumb, rather. But things go pretty horribly wrong. It is a family drama, sci-fi-ish kind of comedy horror story. It's a little bit more horror at this point, but it is still funny. He infuses quite a bit of humor into his art. I love it. Once again, I'm happy that this book is back, and I hope you check it out if you are unfamiliar. Up next is Radio Spaceman issue 2. This is of 2, which means it's the finale, and I sincerely hope, once again, that this series continues. I believe of the first issue I said I loved every second of that. That's somehow even more true here. Every page of this has some new level of insanity on it, and it just keeps escalating, keeps getting bigger, and then it ends so well. If we never get more of this series, I will appreciate the 2 issues that we have, but I will feel an emptiness inside. I hope this team continues, because what they have produced here is magical. This is comics at its core, and I'm struggling to find the words to express just how much I enjoyed and appreciate what this book is. I don't know how this is going to get collected, or if it's going to get collected. Usually the Hellboy one-shots get lumped together, so you get like 4 or 5 in a collection. This is only 2 issues. I don't know that he's collected anything this short, so I don't know what's going to happen here. If you are a trade waiter, I would recommend getting to your shop and getting these 2 books, because again, I don't know that they ever will be collected, but oh man, this is amazing, and a shoe-in for pick of the week. Rush issue 5. This is a 6-issue miniseries, so the next one will be the last. I've been praising this throughout, but the writing, the art, even the lettering. Here we've got, I mean, there's a lot more stuff like this, and I appreciate well done lettering. So I'm going to skip over some things that will be spoilers and show off some of this. But this series is fantastic. It is frontier supernatural horror, and it's great, and I recommend it. And Vault, I think, collects everything that they do, so if you are, once again, a trade waiter, definitely get this collection once that comes out. Was it last week that I was talking about Flashpoint and my enjoyment of that series? I feel like it was. Yeah, it was. With Flashpoint Batman, the collection for that. Anyway, so this is Flashpoint Beyond, which is his sort of sequel. By he, I mean Jeff Johns. Jeff Johns is sort of sequel to both Flashpoint and to Doomsday Clock. I did not read Doomsday Clock. I did enjoy Flashpoint. I do specifically enjoy the art of Eduardo Risso, and this makes me think that I no longer enjoy Jeff Johns. There was a point where I enjoyed his work, and I think that point has passed. There is a reason I'm not buying his Image title. The art of this is good. I'm not sure it's Risso's best, but I will take it. And there is there are a couple of frankly amazing pages, which are also spoilers, so I'm not going to show those. But that's one of them right there. Based on this, I will not be getting the Flashpoint Beyond series that starts with a different artist soon, next week. But that is a planned six-issue series, and I will not be getting that because I don't think I enjoy Jeff Johns anymore. There is sort of a self-referential and like inside baseball almost thing to his style that just rubs me the wrong way. Now, I think maybe he believes the praise that is being said about him, and I don't know. I don't know. This is tolerable. Batman Catwoman issue 11, so this is another penultimate issue. The next one will be the last, and I have been pretty critical of this series for the last few months for a variety of reasons. There is this fun bit here in the beginning. It's almost Beyondish, which, I don't know, I like. But I do, and I think I've said this before as well, hey Todd, please make some action figures based on this series. We have some amazing character designs, so I think this Bruce is cool. There are multiple Catwoman outfits that I also like, but this two-tone, well, three-tone really, with the boots and gloves, I think is excellent, and we are far past due on a Phantasm, so I think Phantasm is right up Todd's alley. But we've also got this Batwoman. I think she actually, Dick calls her Batman. Anyway, so she has a cool outfit too. This is a step in the right direction. Hopefully it ends well, but yeah, I think this series was a couple of issues too long, and I guess we'll see how it ends next month. Kaiju Score, Steal from the Gods. This is actually the second miniseries of Kaiju Score, and I believe, so far, the better. As far as issue 1 versus issue 1 goes, I think this is superior. This is more crime-oriented, but there's definite Kaiju setup here, and it's just really well structured. Also, I think the art is great. So I did enjoy the first series, and I am eagerly awaiting to see where this one goes. But this is a lot of fun. I think it's one of the best books this week, but Radio Spaceman is taking Pick of the Week, so I just want to give a shout out, honorable mention to Kaiju Score, and please check this out if you're into crime stories or giant monsters. There are not many giant monsters yet, but this is a really well structured crime story. Son of Kal-El issue 10. This is actually Lois steals the show here. It's a, I don't know, it's a good issue, but like I said, Lois steals the show. Lex tries to steal the show and then is one-upped by Lois. Right there. And then there's a bit in here that really annoys me, and I almost said this recently, and then I didn't, but it comes up again here, so I'm going to take this moment to say something. This Batman silently leaving thing that started with Gordon on rooftops really needs to stop. It has gone on far too long. It has reached ridiculous proportions, and in here he silently enters, and it is so dumb, so ridiculous. It really knocks the entire issue down for me. Just quit it. It has gone on far too long and needs to stop. That's all I'm saying. We Ride Titans issue 3. This is good, and we get some robot on robot fighting action here. It's really well done, and another healthy dose of family drama. Here we go. But it's weeks like this that really put my pull list into perspective for me, and I'm going to say this again in a moment. This series is good. It's not as good as some of the other stuff that came out this week, but I do still enjoy this. It is a good series. I guess we'll see where it goes. A bunch of the Vault stuff tends to be 5 to 6 issue miniseries. I think ongoing tends to be more rare for them, or Maxi series, I don't know. But I guess we'll see where it goes. I'm along for the ride, but it is not as good overall as some of the other stuff that came out this week. Speaking of stuff that isn't great, I don't even remember putting X-Men on my pull list. Now, I did read 9 issues in roughly a month, but I don't remember putting X-Men on my pull list. They showed up in the pile, and I bought it anyway. And like I was just saying, given everything else that came out this week, it's weeks like this that put my pull list into perspective for me, and I clear out the dead weight. I'm like, I am really not enjoying this title as much as I am some other titles, and I wind up canceling stuff off of my pull list. X-Men is an experiment that I ran for now 10 issues after Hickman, and it is just, I don't care anymore. And I've read good things. I didn't read any of Lives or Deaths of Wolverine, but I heard good things about one of those. I think it was Deaths. And then I've seen some things about Moira now being some kind of undead cyborg, and I'm like, what the hell is happening? I'm done with the X-Men. I just don't care anymore. We then have Image issue 1. This is a planned 12-issue series of anthologies, and as someone that has been involved with multiple anthologies, I'm sort of disappointed in Image. I'll get there. Hold on. So we have all of these different stories, and we've got the creative teams over here. These are page numbers, and yet the issue itself does not have page numbers. So I don't know what the point is if you're going to put page numbers of then not numbering the pages. Anyway, so we have about, well, most of the series are going to be multi-part. Some of them are 12 that will be running for the entire series. Others, I don't know if, I thought Old Dog is this a preview for a series that's coming up? Because I think Old Dog is already on my pull list for maybe June. But I do appreciate, most of all of this, things like, once again, I'm not sure that I'm a fan of Jeff Johns anymore. After reading this story, I just don't care about any of it. But I could do an entire video just talking about each of these. And the two that I think I want to mention are Shift, because I haven't read any of the Radiant Black-Red multicolor stuff that's going on currently, but I do like some of Kyle Higgins' earlier work. So I was curious, but the Radiant Black preview pages that they put out at the start of that series didn't hook me, and I haven't cared to check any of it out. But this here was interesting. It's still not going to get me to buy an issue of Radiant Black, but, you know, I at least appreciated a longer preview to make that assessment. Similarly, I haven't read anything Mirka has done, but I'm not sure. Puts her name on everything, similar to Tyler Perry, so I've seen the name plenty of times over the last few years, and I have not read anything that they've done, so I did also appreciate getting a chance to check out their work. And I've said this once before, but with anthologies, it's always a bit of a mixed bag what you're going to be getting. You're probably going to like some of it and dislike others. That is still true here. I don't know. If you feel like reading, let me get this real quick. Hold on just a second. So a few years back, Image was putting out Image Plus, which was sort of a cross between old school Wizard magazine and previews, and I really enjoyed it. And then they stopped, and I don't know. This is sort of the spiritual successor to that, I think, and it's fine. I don't think any of this is really going to set the world on fire or get me to buy anything. I am questioning canceling this off my pull list now after reading this, but I don't know if I'm making that decision yet or not. It's fine, is all that I'm saying. Lastly, there is a new Reckless hardcover, and I have previously covered Reckless when Volume 3 came out. Hopefully one of us puts a link to that up here, but I talked about specifically Volume 3, but sort of the series overall in that video, so I don't think I will be doing a special video just for this, but maybe in October when Book 5 comes out. This is great. If you're familiar with Brubaker and Phillips, you probably know what you're going to be getting. This is retro crime. It's 1989 in this, but it's been 80s throughout, slowly getting closer to the present, and it is great. I love pretty much, I think, everything Brubaker has done, but it's great. It's recommended. If you want to learn more, you can check out the video that I once again hope one of us links to up here. But this is great, and in this, I'm just going to say quickly that we get a focus on Anna this volume, and Ethan is out of town, but in Volume 5 coming in October, we will see his half of the story. So we're going to see what happens while he's out of town. Here is the ad for that. So coming in October, you'll see another video from me talking about this then. It's great. Highly recommended. That is everything that I got this week. I do want to show off, because I think I showed off art from everything except for Farmhand, so I want to show this off quickly. I mean, you can see just from the cover already sort of what you're going to be getting, but here is some action. She's like, I like that mug. And then some more fighting, but it's great. We got this plant-based dog. And here we've got some more plant people. It's really good, but Radio Spaceman is the runaway winner this week. It's not even a contest, really. This book is amazing. I loved it. I hope there's more. I will continue hoping that there's more. As always, I get all of my books from a local comic shop. If you don't know where yours is, you can use this URL to find the one closest to you. Thanks for watching.